FPL Physio here. Munoz needs a knee surgery. Mateta's legs are tied. Rice is ill and Timber is a doubt. So let's not wait and dive right into it. So what we know about Munoz is that Glasner said that we will miss Munoz for a few weeks. He will undergo surgery. Now, surgery is of course never good, um, but we don't know exactly what the injury is. We also know that he said always when you undergo surgery, you never know. We are always cautious. It doesn't look so serious. It might not look serious, but a surgery is just never good. There can be complications and so on. Hopefully, it's just a few weeks because he's been absolutely on fire. But that also means that Munoz is, of course, a sell now that we know he's definitely out for a few weeks. Mateta Glasner said that JP will rest. We have to manage his knee, so he stayed at home. The plan is that he will return to training on Friday, and then he should be available. Now, Mateta has been played less and less minutes, or at least his expected minutes has gone down a lot. He's he's seen replaced by Nketiah or other strikers from Palace and just doesn't seem as nailed to play full time as you would hope. Now, I've personally sold Mateta before a price drop early this week, and even though his underlying stats is okay, I mean, just with his expected minutes, they're already resting him now, and the fact that we have the Christmas schedule coming up, um, now then I don't think I, I just don't think he's at least not a buy. I understand if you keep him, but for me it was a clear sell. So that's what we know about Mateta. Now, Timber surprised a lot by not being involved in the match squad yesterday against Club Brugge. Um, what we know is that a few things. Now, Focal said that Timber not being in the squad at all is weird. He did travel with the squad, and that's the important part here. So he did travel with the squad. He was also seen training the day before the match. So so those are all good signs. And Fabrizio Romano said that they both had issues from the weekend, two really bad kicks, which also means knocks. For Timber, it was too early. For Richie, we have to manage if he can do some minutes. Um, so Timber and Calafiori both out with knocks yesterday. Calafiori did play the last 20 minutes, I think, but Timber out completely with what seems to be a knock. So what you can expect from a knock is that usually it's only a few days. Um, it's worse if it's a severe bone bruise that could keep players out for a few weeks. But because he he was seen training the day before with the squad, I think they're just being cautious. I think they're just being cautious because of the injuries to Saliba, Gabriel Mosquera. Now they simply can't risk anything here. So it's better, as I also wrote in the tweet, it's better to be safe than sorry. Because one more injury to the defensive players and they're they're really in a bad position. So I think Timber is, I think he's gonna play. I think he's fine. For me, he's a keep if you have him, of course. But I also think he's a buy. Even with these doubts, I think he's a buy. Of course, I would always wait for the press conference to see if we get any further news. Um, Declan Rice. Um, we know that Arteta said that Declan was ill. He was quite sick after the game, and he hasn't traveled with us. So as you can see, a lot of transfers in already for Declan Rice. Now he's flagged with an illness. Um, Now an illness is an illness. It depends on what type of illness it is. We don't know. Uh, some illness can keep you out for as you also probably experienced yourself, for a week or more. Um, but it doesn't seem like it's not a reason to sell him. So he's a clear keep. If you have him, keep him. Let's see what the Arteta says tomorrow about the Rice situation. Now I think it's more interesting to look at the possible transfers for especially Munoz. This is the prediction model that I use. I'll also link the uh, link in the description. You can also see it down here. I'm just going to move myself here. That's the link there. I have decided to partner up with them because it was a great opportunity for me. That's the prediction model I use. So yeah, it's great to partner up with them. So here I've set it to look at a range of 7 game weeks ahead, and then sorted by defenders. And as you can see, the top defender is Timber. So he might be a doubt, but I think he's ready to play, and he's predicted to get the most points. He's just an unbelievable pick. Then we have Saliba. I'm not gonna suggest Saliba right now until he's back, but he is of course projected to get a lot of points as well. Then we got Tarkowski on the third, and I think Tarkowski is a brilliant buy. He's just a brilliant buy. He's a DEFCON beast. Everton seems okay. The what do you say? The fixtures the next 2 games are a bit bad, but other than that, it's pretty good. So that was just a quick intro. Let's dive more into the replacements of Munoz. Now I think he's a sell. I'm gonna sell him. I have him on my team, but he's a sell. So Tarkowski, f- first possibility here. His expected minutes is very high, which is something I value very, very highly. You want players playing as many minutes as possible, especially with the Christmas schedule coming up. Then high expected points, as you just saw from the prediction model. He's expected the third most. Um, the next 2 fixtures are bad, so maybe the timing isn't perfect. But like I would totally understand if people buy Tarkowski. He's a he's a long-term pick, and also don't buy players for 1 or 2 game weeks. So Tarkowski is definitely a great pick. Next one is Timber. If you don't own him, of course, high expected minutes, high expected points, as you just saw. Injury doubt question mark. I don't think he's injured. I think he's fine. I think Arsenal was just being cautious. Rotation risk, um, likely, I would say, likely to happen, especially with the injuries they have now. You could argue that that's an argument for not rotate a lot. I would argue it's an argument for rotating a bit more, or playing less minutes for some of the players. But another risk you could say is that Timber might play center back as long as Saliba is out, Mosquera is out, and Gabriel is out. So it will be perfect for Timber owners to have one of these back. But he's a great transfer. Next one is Collins. High expected minutes, high expected points, as you could see from the prediction model as well. And he's a major differential. I think it's owned by about 1%. Um, More risk question mark. I mean, it's a it's not as safe to go with Collins. I put Collins in here because I think a lot of people already own Timber. They already own Tarkowski, and they need a third one. And with Gabriel and Saliba out, I mean, you have to look elsewhere. And Brentford with great fixtures, we'll come back to that. It's definitely an opportunity. Fourth one, of course, O'Reilly. Medium expected minutes, medium to high, I would say. Now we got AFCON coming up, and Aït-Nouri is going. So O'Reilly and Guardiola may be the only two who can play that position. He just scored yesterday against Madrid. His underlying stats is outrageous. His expected goal involvements is, I don't know, 3 point something, which is insanely high for a defender. He got high expected points. And as I said, Aït-Nouri is away. He's definitely someone you could look into. Now, my plan is to sell Munoz for either these three. And you can see Anderson there. I put in Anderson here now because he was not predicted he was not predicted high in the model. But I think he's a solid pick, and I'm gonna show you in just a bit. But I'm planning to do O'Reilly, Anderson, or Collins. That's my dilemma right now. Right now, I'm leaning towards O'Reilly with Aït-Nouri away. City doesn't look defensively as great as they have the potential to be, I would say. Anderson is a DEFCON beast, and Collins is a mix of it all, I would say. So the fixtures here, as you can see, Brentford with just great fixtures. I mean, they play. Sorry, I have to lean in here. Leeds home, and do have quite a bit of home fixtures coming up. So he's also a long-term solution, and you want to look out for those long-term solution. Always a better plan to go with these, unless you of course want to play aggressively and risky. Fulham with Anderson, amazing 3 fixtures coming up. Could be 1 or 2 hauls in there because he's a DEFCON beast as well. So, but also a long-term great solution due to his DEFCON. I think he's gotten DEFCON in 9 or 10 out of all starts, I think it is. So that's impressive. It's it's close to being 4 points just secured in 80% of the game. I think he's someone to consider. Then we got City, great fixtures for a long time. I mean, they play Palace away now, but let's see in what condition Palace is. I mean, Munoz is out, Sa is out, and Mateta is tired. They still play really, really great, so it's not an easy fixture at all. But O'Reilly just with a beautiful fixtures coming up. So that's about it. I'm contemplating O'Reilly, Anderson, or Collins. I think those are the best options for me, at least. I'll let you know on X. Please subscribe here. Like, comment, whatever you want. Thank you for watching. See you.